Hello, Saints. We're going to take a look at, again, out of the book of Revelation, in the fifth seal, where they were crying out for God's judgment. How long, O Lord, until you judge? In chapter 14, we have the three angels' messages. And of the first angel's message of salvation, judgment, and worship, in that middle section, it says, crying with a loud voice, fear God, give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come. And we know it's not just the wrath of God being poured out, but it's a picture of God restoring justice in an unjust world. This is parallels back into the judgment scenes we see in Daniel 7, 8, and 9. And out of Daniel 8, we see what God is doing to restore justice and to set the saints free. And remember, I said previously, verses 9 to 12 is a restatement of the little horn of Daniel 7, his persecution of the saints. And we see some language in there that actually relates this horn to a parallel of what Satan had done. And this idea of idol worship, worshiping other gods, is not just Satan's thing, where he wants to be God, but he's infected mankind with the same thing. You and I both have it. Even though we want to maybe deny it, we have it. Not necessarily to the extent of other people, but we have it. And this has been the problem all along. We say sin is separation. Well, when you want to be God, you're separating yourself. So don't blame God for any separation. We need to look to God humbly and realize us, our things, our power, or whatever we want doesn't belong in the middle of our life. What belongs there is God. And it's not as easy as you think it is to do. So remember, we have to trust God on that. So this idea of judging, how long, O Lord, until you judge, is what God has been working through all across time. Not just when the gospel seems to be failing and the souls under the altar are crying out, why are we losing? Why aren't you accomplishing what was determined? We see this in chapter 9 with the trumpets. The trumpets are judgments tempered with God's mercy. One commentator says these are not direct natural disasters. These are direct events caused by God himself in order to rattle your cage, if you will, to shake you up, to cause you to stop and listen and look up, seek help. God is already working to restore justice. He's already working for his gospel to have its effect. 9/11 was a good example of that. Then the church is filled up. But after a while, it seemed they got over that. But we need to know that we don't have to have a disaster in order for us to seek God. But he's using that in order to keep us looking up and asking God for help, knowing that we don't have it all answered. That's what the seven trumpets are all about. And they're to help to bring about the message. They give us an opportunity, a platform, if you will, to share the gospel to those who maybe have never heard it, never heard the name of Jesus. And so God is always working, not just to save those who come to him and believe, but all of mankind. And he's doing what he can to bring it, so that at the end, when they do not choose him, they're without excuse. How long, O Lord, until you judge? The answer is he's been trying to put forth his justice across the span of human life in this world of sin. We can trust him, and we can trust that he will be successful. The kingdom of Babylon will be eclipsed. God's kingdom will move in and will be triumphant. Believe. And let God lead you into the kingdom. Blessings.